Namaste everybody. Welcome to the Festival of Bharat. My name is Sharan Sethi, your host. Today we will be talking about Northeast India's civilizational heritage, its Sanatani history, a topic that has never been spoken about before. It's not in the mainstream. And today we make a first attempt to sort of bring it out to the mainstream. And we have Dr. Ankita Dutta with us here to discuss about that. To give you a brief introduction about her, she is a researcher, writer, and a columnist, and she's completed her PhD with a specialization in culture and civilization of Uttar Purv Bharat, which means Northeast India. And currently, she is associated with the Indic Academy, where she is working on a short term fellowship project on a very interesting subject. It's on Indic feminism with special reference to Matrashakti worship in Uttar Purv Bharat. Dr. Ankita, it is a great pleasure to have you here on the Festival of Bharat. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for inviting me to the Festival of Bharat and giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my experiences and my research findings on the culture and civilization of Uttar Purv Bharat, a region that is still not much known about its history, culture, and civilization to the rest of the people of Bharat. Thank you. Thank you so much again.
Absolutely. In fact, before we were doing the research call, I spoke to some of my closest friends who are from Assam and a few other states in the Northeast. And I was telling them about this topic, and even they did not have a lot of idea about this. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a big revelation about the sort of findings you are presenting us today. On that note, let me begin my first question to you. What can you tell us in a brief introduction about the Sanatan history in Northeast, especially with reference to Nagaland, Mizoram?
Yeah. So when we talk about Northeast India as such, or Uttar Purv Bharat, and most of the common terminologies that we come across in the standard academic writings are the common words that we find are oppression, racial discrimination, the core periphery divide, and all these high sounding academic vocabularies, and which have been basically used by the standard leftist academic narrative of history writing to divert our attention from the core issues that really concern this region of the country. And definitely when we talk about the Sanatan, the very much Sanatan Hindu past of Northeast India, what we need to understand here is that not a single academic study has been undertaken to bring to light the relationship between the rise of Christianity in this part of the country and the simultaneous growth of secessionist movements here. So the existing literature is heavily lopsided. The NCRT textbooks on Indian history, they have ended at Bengal with only a passing reference to the Ahom dynasty of Assam. And the rich and glorious history of Uttar Purv Bharat, its rich past and civilizational heritage, and some of its glorious yet unnamed and unacknowledged freedom fighters are something that we need to talk about while we discuss the Hindu past, the Sanatan cultural roots of this part of the country. Because when I talk about the unnamed and unacknowledged freedom fighters, they were yes, they were freedom fighters, and the meaning of freedom fighters, that they fought against the British colonial state. Yes, very much they did, but their fight was also against the ingression, the inroads that Christianity was making into their traditional lifestyles and indigenous faiths. Now, when we say indigenous faiths, what we need to understand here is that this is again a term that has been coined by the standard narrative of
Yes.
the leftist narrative, the leftist academia, because there is nothing as such called indigenous faith, because indigenous again has been used to differentiate to differentiate the tribals, the Janajati communities, from the rest of the Hindu society. Okay. So like it is often characterized, indigenous faiths are often characterized as being distinct from the Sanatan Hindu parampara, because they are concerned with nature worship. They worship plants, trees, etc. But Sanatan Hindu dharma is not different from them. It's very much a part of a part of this culture that is being practiced by the Janajati communities. Okay, now first I'll talk about Mizoram here, since the focus you have specifically put the question on Mizoram and Nagaland. So before I go to Nagaland, I will talk about briefly about the indigenous religion of the Mizoram, which is primarily a predominantly a Christian dominated state.
Right.
Now, yeah. So I think a majority of the younger generation in Mizoram, they may not have full awareness of the of their indigenous faith that their grandparents and freedom fighters like Pasal Thakhaung or Ropuiliani, they actually fought to protect. And similarly, similar to uh, the, the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar of our Hindu Dharma, they also believe the Mizos, the ancient religion of the Mizos, had a supreme belief in the supreme god called Pathian. Pathian is akin to Brahma. Okay, Bhagwan, Lord Brahma, and he is Pathian is recognized as the supreme creator. Okay, and they also have there is a community
Right.
called the Maras among the Mizos, who are also known as the Lakhers, who believe that the whole universe is has been the creation of the supreme god, who is called Pathian. And there is another name for Pathian among the Mizos, which is known as Khazospa, or creator of the world, Khawvel. It is he's all Pathian is also known as like Khazospa, Khawvel, etc. And he is believed to reside along with the company of Pachappa, so who is Vishnu, the preserver
Right.
of life. Okay, Pachappa. So Pathian resides with Pachappa, similar to Vishnu. He is recognized as the preserver of life. And Hlathlapa, Hlathlapa, or the eternity, who has no beginning and no end. So Rudra or Shiva. So the idea that there is someone who has created the universe and somebody who preserves it, and the destruction that comes about. So this is something which is similar. So there is no difference basically from the Hindu Sanatan Dharma of the ancient religion of the Mizos. Okay, and the strand of Matri Shakti worship, which is
Right.
which was very common among the ancient the Mizos before the coming of Christianity. And when we talk about Matri Shakti worship, it is this was also one of the most prevalent forms of belief systems among the Nagas. And it is popularly it was popularly known as Yu Kupen Wopfu. Okay,
Right.
so Yu Kupen Mopfu is understood as indigenous religion. When we check out the existing literature on this subject, not much is available on this topic. And I also, I mean, did not know about it earlier. So when we go to the field, many things come up actually. And Nagaland, which is now, I mean, 96% of, as per the census of 2011, 96%, more than 96% of the population in Nagaland is now Christian. And the Rongme and the Zeliangrong Nagas, they are known to have a considerable non-Christian population. But I think there is also a misconception that all the Nagas of Nagaland have accepted Christianity in toto.
Right.
Because there are people who have refused to abandon the beliefs rites that were held very, very sacred by their forefathers. And here comes the system, the traditional Naga religion, which has been, we find words like animism, supernaturalism, superstition, and all these words, high-sounding academic vocabulary in the existing literature. And Yu Kupen Wopfu is believed to be the supreme one among the Zeliangrong Nagas, the supreme one or the creator. So Brahma, whom we call in the Hindu pantheon. But among the Rongmei Nagas, Yu Kupen Wopfu has a female connotation. So among the Rongmei Nagas, Yu Kupen Wopfu means the female who gives birth, the Shakti, and the one who is responsible for creation. So basically, we can say that the ancient Naga religion, Yu Kupen Wopfu, it incorporates both the male and female aspects. Many things that are very close to Hindu Sanatana Dharma, like worshipping of the Tulsi plant and many other such rituals, they used to follow. They used to follow such practices, and the very small but significant section of the population of the Rongmei Nagas and the Zeliangrong Nagas, and as well as the Konyak Nagas, a section of the Konyak Nagas, I will come to that later, who are scattered across different places of Upper Assam. They are also the ones who have not converted into Christianity.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.